Today's best bets.
All right, I'm batting leadoff. Once again, my best bet of the weekend is going to be a player prop on the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with Mark Andrews over 61.5 receiving yards. Listen, he didn't have a super game in the first game of the year by his standards, like what was it, 50 yards receiving? But here's the thing. Devin Duvernay, was all right in the first game of the season, but still the better pass catcher is still Mark Andrews, and he has the better matchup against the Dolphins. Last season, the Dolphins ranked 30th in DVOA against tight ends. So I think this is a good matchup for Mark Andrews. And also, he was one of the best receivers in the NFL, and he was a tight end, had 1,300 yards receiving. So at some point, I think it's going to be Lamar Jackson looking in the direction of Mark Andrews. 61.5, I think, is a very gettable number for one of his most dependable targets. So I'm going to go Mark Andrews over his receiving prop of 61.5 yards for my best bet.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll definitely be on that as well. We talked about it earlier in the show. I think there's no question they're going to try to keep Lamar Jackson from running. He's going to have to throw. Who better to throw to than Mark Andrews? So I'm with you on that one as well. All right, for my best bet today, I'm staying in the college game. I'm going out west, number 7 USC, giving 12.5 against Fresno State. I think this game will be an absolute track meet. The over-under in this is like 73.5. If you like that, I would go over because I think both these teams are going to score a ton of points. But I'm trusting Caleb Williams and wide receiver Jordan Addison to put up a ton of points in this one for head coach Lincoln Riley. They're averaging over 50 points a game already on the season. Williams hitting just under 80% of his passes so far this season, hasn't thrown a pick yet, and Williams is averaging nearly 20 yards a catch, already has 4 touchdowns on the season. So yeah, Fresno State will stay in this one for a while, but I think ultimately USC is going to end up pulling this one out by a couple of touchdowns, probably late in the fourth quarter. But if you don't like the 12.5, I would definitely play the over because this is going to be a ton of points between these two teams.
Well, that's what we're expecting from this USC offense. You know, that's what we've been told is that Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams are bringing the thunder when it comes to this LA offense. So can I call it LA? Yeah, it's LA, like USC. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm stuck in the NFL. So are we doing the 8-ball today? Because I need to get it. It rolled over here.
Sure, why not? I want to see if the 8-ball hates me as much as it hates Jinx. That's what I want to find out, if it's just Jinx or if he hates the rest of us just as much.
I think it hates the rest of us just as much.
You think it because it does.
That's what I'm going with. Yeah.
It only resides in Tennessee with Chelsea, so it probably does hate the rest of us as well. You're probably right.
Yep.
All right. So the 8-ball tried to roll away. He said, "Oh no, I don't want to work today. You got to fill in. Jinx isn't here. I don't want to work either." But listen, 8-ball, it's your duty. So let's start with my play. My best bet of Mark Andrews over 61.5 receiving yards for the Ravens. 8-ball, do we like it? 8-ball says, my sources say no.
Wow, so Jinx takes the day off and suddenly the 8-ball isn't as supportive. That's very interesting.
I don't think the 8-ball wanted to work today. I think the 8-ball was trying to roll away and said, listen, if you're going to make me work today, I'm going to say no to your best bet. All right, let's do Bills. Bill's best bet was on USC minus 12.5, I believe, over Fresno State. 8-ball says outlook's not so good.
Yep, he hates everybody. It just doesn't want to work today. Jinx will be thrilled, by the way. I'm going to text him after the show and tell him that the 8-ball was completely negative even when he wasn't here. He'll be thrilled with that.
You know what's really funny before we move on? Didn't we hear the promo running on BetQL that Jenks should do a Vegas show with the Donkster? BetQL was talking about that? My goodness. The promos on BetQL, I'm not going to lie, they're not very favorable towards Jenks. Bless his heart.
Yeah, poor guy. He shouldn't take Fridays off.
Yeah, that's what he gets for taking off. We're going to talk bad about you, Jenks. Just kidding. We love you. I know he's not awake right now. Well, if you want to see the Magic 8-ball and all of our smiling faces, well, you certainly can. We're on Twitch. Just go to twitch.tv/BetQL and follow us on all of our social platforms, including at BetMGM. All right. So we all know BetMGM is the king of Parlay. So in honor of that, we're going to do a little parlay. It's called the Producer Parlay. Double D starting off the season red hot, 1-0 on his producer parlays, hitting at plus 1,200 in his first week. So Double D, the floor is yours. What do you have for us this week in the Producer Parlay?
And now it's time for the Producer's Parlay on the BetQL Network, presented by BetMGM.
That's right. I needed big voice guy to bring me in. I'm feeling a little good about myself right now. All right. For my parlay this week, I have on the money line, BYU over Oregon, Miami over Texas A&M, Michigan State over Washington to kill that trend that they haven't won on the West Coast since 1967. And then my cover of the week is Texas Tech at North Carolina State. Texas Tech is plus 10. That is my parlay, and it plays at a little over plus 3,000.
Ooh. Yeah, I will probably be with you on that Texas Tech covering against my NC State Wolfpack because hopefully NC State wins, but I don't know. I think Texas Tech is not getting enough credit here. And plus, anytime you can fade your own team and maybe make some money and they can still win outright, I think you do just that. And like Double D said, he hit his first parlay. So let's see if he can do it again. Again, those picks, BYU, Miami, Michigan State, and is Texas Tech in the parlay, or is that a separate play?
They are in the parlay as well.
Okay, so Texas Tech to cover on the spread plus 10. If you bet $25 on that, it pays out 783 big ones. So if this wins, drinks on Double D or wings, because we all like wings around here. All right, so it's time for your BetQL 5-star best bet of the day for inside analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets. You can download the BetQL app. The best play of the day or of the weekend, the under 44.5 in the Ravens and Dolphins matchup. Up next on BetQL Daily, it is the Joes and Aaron with Pam Maldonado doing a little college football. Thanks for joining us. For me, for Double D, for Bill Rowland, it's been a great day. Have a great weekend and best of luck on all your bets. See you Monday.